Hello everyone and welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Peter, and on today's how-to of the day I'm going to show you how I do it. On today's how-to of the day we are going to be replacing a water pump on this little ISUZU truck. It's the engine is a 4BE1 and the water pump has actually completely deteriorated and it leaks. Now I'm going to get some water and pour it just to show you where the leak comes from, and then we'll dismantle it and fix it. Okay, let's pour some water and see what happens. There she is. There's our leak. The other problem this water pump has, I think it's completely failed, because this is not meant to be doing that. So I think it's well overdue for a new one, and he's going to get a nice Japanese one today. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to pull this little pin out and remove this little rod which holds our radiator in place. Then once we undo this hose, we can push it over so that we can get in front of the fan and undo the little bolts to remove the fan off, so that way we can get to the pump. All right, let's do it. That's the radiator out of the way. I think that's a 12mm for the fan bolts. Before, and the fan is out. Okay, now that the fan is off, and the reason I took the fan off first, I wanted a little bit of help from the fan belt. That's why I didn't undo it from the alternator. I knew it was already a little bit loose, so now that we're going to remove that, we can get to our pump. We are going to undo the alternator, tension the belt, and that's how we install it. So the installation is going to be slightly different to the dismantle, only due to the pump failing so miserably. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's really bad. All right. Okay, now that the boring stuff is done, cleaning the block for the new pump, what I'm going to do is I'm going to smear a little bit of this stuff. Apparently it's the duck's nuts. I'm not sponsored by them, but they can if they like to, but apparently this is the best. So we're going to smear some on the pump, the back of the pump here, on our gasket, and marry it to our block. Righto, let's do it. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a day for today, only because this piece sadly doesn't come with the new pump, and it goes here. Now I'm not overly happy with it. It cleaned up kind of okay, but I'd rather see if I can get a new one. So I'm going to leave it here till tomorrow, see if I can get a new one, and then we'll continue this video one way or the other. Okay, it's now day 2, and here's our new parts. Nice new shiny one. Ooh. And this is our old one and a new one. So we're going to put some plumber's tape and fit it. There we go. Some plumber's tape so the shit doesn't leak. And that's it. Now, to loosen the alternator, you have a 12mm up here on the bracket. You have a 14mm on the back there. You can see where the socket is. And you also have one from the front where the spanner is. Now, this one and the one on the back are actually independent. The two bolts on their own, one goes from that end, the other one comes from this end. They really have nothing to do with each other. It's like a double tension, I suppose, and then there's just a one tension on the top. So we will push it out of the way as far as we can, which is not much, unfortunately, and try and get the new belt in there. We've got a new brand newie, and then retension it. Let's see how we go. Here we have a new belt. It's a Daco 15A 1175. If you need to know, but be wary that if it's got other accessories, these belts are usually not always the same. But if the application is same as this, no aircon, just a water pump and alternator, then this is the right belt. Let's try and get it on. Okay, so after quite a struggle, managed to get the front bottom bolt in, but still haven't got the back one. So we're gonna nip this one up in hopes that it aligns the back one, because the back one is even harder to get at than what the front one is. So let's just hope that by tightening this one, it aligns the other. Now we're going to do the top one, and then we're going to tension it, and then go back to the bottoms. Okay, now we need to tighten the bottom ones, and that's it, done. That's it. Now that's what a water pump should feel like. Stiff as. Radiator back where it was. Okay, now just to be Captain Obvious, if you pull this radiator back in place really nice and tight here, what happens is this little lever doesn't reach. Okay, so what you have to do first is attach this little bracket back, put his little pin in, and then align the radiator and the hose. Okay, now that our bracket's in, we'll align our radiator and do it up. That's that. Okay. Okay, ready for filling. Okay, I think that will be all for today's, or for the last 2 days of how to of the day, or how to of 2 days. I'm not going to bore you by filling it up, running it, because we're going to drain that water if there's no leaks, and flush the whole system, and then fill it with coolant. If need be, we can do that in another video, but for this one, we're going to call it a day. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for returning. And if you haven't, please consider subscribing, as it doesn't affect you, but it helps me a great deal. Please like and share, and I hope to see you on the next one. All the best from How to Pete. Bye for now.